A warm welcome to you all. Here I am Ms Gunjan, taneja, English teacher in lovely public senior secondary school, New Lalpur branch. I am right back with some new stuff of learning today. Today, we are going to learn a very interesting topic, that is past continuous tense. We have already covered in our previous video about past tense. And today, we are going to cover the second part of past tense, that is past continuous tense. Here is something about me. I'm English teacher in lovely public senior secondary school, New Lalpur branch. But before that, I wish to show you one video. Just have a look at video first.
Hey, look who's here! Sis, what a surprise!
Hey, I didn't expect to see you here. Please join me.
How was your day, Julia?
Oh, I had an awful day. It seemed to be such a lovely day at the beginning. I was sitting on the balcony, drinking a cup of coffee. The sun was shining, someone was playing a violin in the street, and I was enjoying a beautiful afternoon. I was feeling hungry, so I decided to make spaghetti. But I realized that I didn't have any tomato sauce. So I went to the grocery store to buy some. After buying a few items, I finally found the tomato sauce. I was reading the label when the jar just slipped out of my hands and fell down. There was glass and red sauce all over the floor and splattered all over my shoes. I looked around and noticed that everyone was staring at me. People were smiling and whispering to each other. Soon I noticed that I was leaving a trail of red footprints through the store. I found a grocery store worker and let him know what I had just done. I offered to help clean it up, but he declined. I was so embarrassed that I wasn't even looking where I was going. And I knocked over a display of chips. I was just standing there in shock. A manager was walking by me that very moment and noticed the mess I had made. I was expecting her to be angry, but she wasn't. She said they would take care of everything. She was smiling. Maybe she was thinking about how clumsy I was.
Oh, poor you, sis! I'm sorry you had to go through this. It was just a bad day.
And there's more. While I was waiting to pay the checkout, I realized I forgot my wallet home. I was mortified.
Oh no. So what did you do?
I apologized and left all my shopping there.
Maybe you're too tired and stressed out. You should take a few days off from work and get some rest.
Yeah, you're right. You know, I called you yesterday at about 8 p.m., but you didn't answer. What were you doing?
You'll never guess what happened yesterday evening. I was sitting in the living room watching TV when I suddenly felt a strong smell of smoke. It was coming from the corridor outside our apartment. I opened the door and saw smoke at the end of the corridor. Mrs. Brown lives there. I grabbed the fire extinguisher and ran towards her apartment. I opened the door and there was a big fire. The flames were spreading quickly. I put out the fire as fast as I could. Then I saw Mrs. Brown in the living room. She was lying down on the floor. She was screaming for help.
Help! Help!
She was bleeding. I called the ambulance right away.
Oh, poor Mrs. Brown. Is she okay now?
Yes, luckily she's fine.
But what happened?
It seems that the fire was started by some candles that were burning in the living room. Mrs. Brown was dozing off when the fire started. She woke up, and while she was trying to put out the fire, she fell down and broke her arm.
She's really lucky to be alive thanks to you. You're a real hero. And where were you, Isabella, when all that happened? What were you doing?
I was taking a shower, so I didn't notice anything. But when I came out of the bathroom, I felt the smell of smoke and knew something was going on. And I soon found out everything.
I'm glad things turned out fine in the end. I'm so happy to spend such a wonderful evening with my brother and my sister-in-law. Thanks for watching.
So I hope you all enjoyed the video. So what is basically past continuous tense? Anything which we were doing in the past. Anything which we were doing in the past, the action which was taking place in the past comes under the category of past continuous tense. Here what we have to do, there is one activity. What you have to do is you have to just underline the subject and the verb. Children were playing by 9 p.m. yesterday. What are we talking about? We are talking about children. So children is subject. And what is the verb? Verb is playing. बच्चे खेल रहे थे. She was presenting her topic by Monday last week. She was presenting. She. We are talking about a girl. So here the subject is she. And what she was doing? She was presenting her topic. While I was sleeping, they left the house. While I was sleeping, I am talking about myself. So, subject is I. And what is verb here? Verb is sleeping. My friends were watching TV when the fire started. Subject, I'm talking about my friends. So, subject is my friends, and the verb is watching. As it was raining, they delayed the match. As it was raining. Subject, we are talking about match. And what is the verb here? Verb is raining, right? So past continuous tense structure comes like this: subject plus was verb plus verb first form plus ing, right? Which we have already done in a class. So you can see here, these are the subjects and the verb which I have already told you. Now next comes the usage. Where do we use, right? I, she, he, it. We always use was with these. I, she, he, it, name. We always use was plus verb first form plus ing. Like she was studying. And with we, they, you, we always use were plus verb first form plus ing. They were playing. How do we use the negative? I'll just say she wasn't studying. They weren't playing. We usually add was not and were not. And we pronounce that wasn't, weren't, right? Interrogative. If I wish to ask a question from someone, how shall I say that? Was she studying? Helping verb comes first. This is the rule. Whenever we have to ask a question, helping verb comes first. Were they playing? Were they eating? Where are you going? So all these are the interrogative, right? Now, a sequence has been given to us. I was watching TV. He was driving my car. She was cooking dinner. It was sleeping. All was studying maths. All were studying math. You were reading a book. We were talking about politics. They were dancing happily. So they were running. She was crying. They weren't running. She wasn't crying. Were they running? Was she crying? Weren't they running? Wasn't she crying? Yes, they were. No, they weren't. Yes, she was. No, she wasn't. So all these are the interrogative, negative, and affirmative of the past continuous tense. We have to underline the phrase by what time the work was being done, right? Past continuous tense. What is past continuous tense? This describes an event of a duration in past. It talks about what we were doing at a particular time in past. What we were doing. For example, if I'll say like this, I was studying last night. So, मैं पढ़ रही थी. Whenever we heard a sound like this in Hindi, like रही थी, रहा था, रहे थे. So, it is all about past continuous tense. Okay. So next comes the simple past versus past continuous tense. In simple past, we use subject plus verb second form, right? But in past continuous tense, we use subject plus was verb plus verb first form plus ing. Okay. So I hope you all enjoyed the video and understood the chapter. If you still have any doubt, you can contact me. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you.